Hey Internet, Kevin Johnson here. Thought I'd give you a quick chord video. I wasn't going to do a video this month because I'm busy, and tired, and lazy. Me and a buddy of mine from college have decided to have a wager, a challenge. We are each going to contribute a video of substance to our YouTube channel every month. And the first one of us to fail to do so owes the other guy a really nice bottle of wine. I don't want to lose. Most people who play guitar at least a little bit know some chords. They know a few chords down in the cowboy chord region of the neck. You got your C, G, D, E, A minor, E minor. But not a lot of use for all of this. And you're going to say, dude, didn't you already do a bar chord video? Yes, I did. Don't interrupt me. This is not a bar chord video. Not really. Bar chords, however, are relevant. You can use bar chords wherever you like. What you're doing really is taking you're either taking the E or some variant of it, so E minor, E7, and you're replacing the nut with a finger and you're moving the whole thing up, and it's not an E anymore, it's something else based on whatever note that is, right? So there would be an A. You get it. What if you only took some of that and didn't want to use all 6 strings? If you just took the last 3? That sounds kind of easy, yeah? That's a chord. That's a full chord. That's a root, a third, and a fifth. That's all you need, right? And sometimes you want this nice thin texture for contrast. You know, if I'm playing along and I've got this big, later in the song but I don't want to make the G sound exactly the same way, so I'll come up and, which is the same chord, but I'm not doing a bar chord at all. What does this look like? Well, what if I put it right there? Does that look familiar? That's a D. Well, wait a minute. That wasn't a D, that was a G. Aha. You can move any of these chord shapes. Anything that does not have an open string can be moved. Anything that does have an open string can be moved if you replace the nut with a finger. Bar chord. These are not bar chords. What I'm going to suggest trying to build your skill on is using the first 3 strings to play triads anywhere on the neck. All you need to know is where the root note is. So on the D shape, the root note is this note here. There's your D, right? 3rd fret of string 2 is a D. That's the part of this chord that is the root note. Then you got your 3rd and your 5th. So this is kind of an inverted chord, but who cares? So here's your D chord. Now what if I move it 1 fret up? And I'm not going to play the open D string anymore. I'm just playing 3 strings. What is this? Anyone? Yes, it's an E flat. Very, very good. If you said D sharp, we'll take that too. Now it's an E. Now it's an F. If you said E sharp, slap yourself gently. F sharp, G. Hey, that's what I did over here, right? It's useful. Now what if I take my E shape, but I only use 3 strings? Well, now it's just going to be, it's that. That's kind of a bar chord. I could use different fingers for it, though, if I just don't like doing bars. Okay, so now I've got, there's G. Now what if I do this, right next to it, back to G, and now there's this other one. That's based on an A, but I'm not going to do the A bar chord. I'm just going to play the last 3 strings. No bar necessary. The root note is now on string 3. Okay, so here's a major chord shape with the root on string 1. Okay, and that's from this guy, but I'm just going to throw all this out the window and just play this. See if you can see that. Yeah. Or 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. So here, that would be a C major chord. Okay. I'm on the 8th position. So that's root string 1. Now root string 2 is that D shape. It looks like a D, but now it's a G because I'm on, right? Now I can do this other one, root on string 3. I'm going to play a D. Root 3rd, 5th in order. That's nice and neat. So I'm going to play G, C, G, D here, and then I'm going to play it up here, and you can hear the difference. So. Okay, G, C, G, D. Now watch this. Kind of sounds like free falling, top heavy. So you can get contrast that way. The same chord progression, different voicing. You can throw that way up the neck. Don't have to do bar chords. It's a really nice way to get some texture. Now there's obviously a minor version for all of these shapes. These are just going to be triads, though, root third, fifth, so no sevenths here. If you end up like, what if I do the D7 shape but I don't have my D? That's actually a diminished triad, so it's not going to be, you know, this isn't a G7. You could use it like one. That's not a G7. That's a diminished chord. Okay, so that's F sharp diminished. This is B diminished. So the minor shapes then would be just like go from your. Let's start with the first one. Root on the first string. We had, if I'm in the 8th position, it's 8, 8, 9. That 9 is the major third. So just lower that a half step. So I got 3 in a row. That's my minor. 3 strings, right? The D shape, the D minor shape, is just like this. Okay. Now the other one was 7, 7, 5. So that one in the middle is the third. So I'm going to lower it to 6. So I've got this diagonal line like this. 7, 6, 5. And that is a D minor chord. Just like this is a D minor chord. Fancy, huh? I hope that's useful. Enjoy.